able to go a clean sweep against the Sky Kings? Or will ONIC be able to turn things around and force a game number 3? Ladies and gentlemen, let's head over to the Land of Dawn.
All right, let's take a look at it. Fabian with the killing spree. Kyrie with lethal ignition this game. Oh, I believe that's a change. Last game, I think he went for Impure Rage, so he knows he'll have much more space this game compared to the last. All right, guess we'll just have to see how this plays out, because ONIC definitely have a better draft compared to game number 1. They took away the Badang. That will give them a lot more space to play with.
Early 1v1 action here in the EXP, and well, no spells triggered just yet though. In the mid, it's gonna be really Sans B-Boy. Retribution to take that lethal Wanderer.
Kyrie looking for a rotation. Similar rotation that he was able to do earlier on. And this is the lane that we were wondering about. Aran versus Ryota. Doesn't go for Purify, as you also take a look at the emblems.
All right, Firmness and the Festival of Blood for Ryota. Nothing else really stands out. It's the Master Assassin there. Oh, so, okay, yeah. Nothing really stands out here. I guess, okay, so Witty. Not gonna go for pull yourself together. Instead, we'll go for the thrill. So extra damage in the early game, trying to get that prio. They're really trying to win out that early.
So here, Kyrie jumps in all towards Witty. Still able to hold that flicker inside him. Yeah, let's see. Neutral objective coming in.
Neutral objective is about to spawn in. It looks like both junglers are at level 4. Equal on the board. This time it looks like though TLID have done a good job at zoning ONIC away. Better setup, better control. It looks like them looking for that information. You can see Keyboy is in the area. This time he's on the Badang though. Can do some damage. Let's see how this goes out. But there's no contest.
Okay, Keyboy though, Tsunami Slam, damage is there, terrified, Keyboy again, similar to game 1, will go down in after the turtle, but Kyrie this time will have an answer. 2 members for TLID goes down. ONIC, they have equalized, or even they have found an advantage post-turtle.
That was odd from TLID, looking for the fight there. It's definitely an interesting play, because they were able to get the turtle control purely because they were a level ahead. Keyboy wasn't level 4, so he couldn't really do much on the Badang, and Ryota was zoned away, level 3 as well. The fact that they still fought, despite the fact that, again, Ryota had already cleared the wave up top, Kyrie was taking purple, was a bit greedy, and they had to pay the price for it, ending up with ONIC getting the dub early.
That's great, especially when you put some kills over onto Kyrie. 1-0-1 right now. Can actually start to look for a snowball if they find more opportunities around the map. Keyboy now at level 4, so that also gives them a little bit more play room as well to find opportunities on these side lanes. Looks up for some punishes, but not just yet. Still looking, still farming, still waiting for power spikes.
CC will be a lot, like, it'll be an easy target for TLID, so don't be surprised if you see TLID actually rotate to go up top a lot here to punish Ryota. Because again, Ryota has not gone for the Purify, has gone for the Vengeance option for Battle Spell. Does look like I also will have to wait for the purple buff before they can actually look for anything on the map. So, well played by Ryota. He's not staying in lane too much. He knows of the threat that lingers up top if he stays without the Purify.
Counter-Strike already built in for Savero. Meanwhile, kill will require a little bit more time. And this time, the turtle is spawning on the gold lane side. I wonder what the call is for ONIC here. Oh, Kyrie's there.
Kill, spots Savero, Witty. Will not. Below, Kyrie wants some blood. Looking for the cutthroat, finds it, kill. Whoa. 1 HP as Savero finds the execution in the river though. 2 members knocked up. Sans will be the trade, a 1-for-1. But ONIC, they will not be hasty here, and they will reset. TLID though, will they use this window to take and blitz the turtle? ONIC looking for a delay on towards that turtle take. Seems like Fanny will go up top though, so they will not contest. Instead, Ryota out of nowhere finds the turtle steal. TLID took Canal in that fight and in that neutral objective take.
They also lost the orange buff to Kyrie. That was That was a big L for Fabian on the retribution. How did they lose that neutral objective? ONIC now looking for more.
That's a flicker. Tsunami Slam will not do anything as two members of TL goes down again. ONIC, more rhythm in this game.
Absolutely, 2-4-0 trade. Kyrie also finding better opportunities on the map this time around. It doesn't look like TLID have had the solution to anything. Woody now getting taken down low. There's some damage onto the mid-side turret. Oh, what's going on with TLID?
I don't know. I guess Fabian has lost so much confidence from getting out red by Annabelle yesterday because that wasn't even a red battle. That was a Soul Sever red against CC and Badang. There was
shouldn't have been possible.
No, that should not have. It really came down to Fabian making the mistake over Ryota actually getting it. But well played for Ryota to actually walk up and try to look for it, because usually you see the fact that you have no jungler, you wouldn't go for that. But he was like, nah, I think it's possible. He gets it.
Tsunami Slam though, on towards the Granger. Good purify from Severo, and no casualties from that skirmish potentially.
Yeah, no casualties, but the tower fell earlier on for ONIC. They were able to push in that permanent structure, and they're looking for yet another one. Almost a steal. Fabian, though, still going to be able to take the orange buff. And now Kyrie level 10. Fabian is a level below. Tower falls in the top lane. Everything is not going to plan. This neutral objective take should be free over to ONIC.
Two times it has happened. One Ryota and a random bullet from Savero to take the turtle as... Oh, now.
Tsunami Slam this time, no purify. The damage though will not be delivered. Kyrie instead jumps at the backside, finds one. Now Kyo looking for the damage dealer, but it's gonna go down. ONIC finds more and more as 4 members are down and out.
4-for-1 trade. Another structure will fall in the mid lane. Only Witty left standing. Remember, this is Kyo with only one item. He only has the corrosion scythe built in. And so in that kind of situation, it's very difficult for him to look for an outplay as well. We're still 8 minutes in. Very different story to game number 1.
And it's just not his style. Kyo, known to play safe in the back, known to play, again, the traditional marksman way. So when you give him something like a Moskov, even there you can see the silent control, he's not able to abuse it. This is a big level lead for Savero. Level 11 to level 9. As a marksman, this is the gold lane. So if you have a lead in XP by that much, how far is he behind?
For a jump, a SOD Weedy taking a lot of heat. Way of Dragon will not mount to anything as ONIC again looks for a fight. Good Tsunami Slam, terrified keyboard goes down, but Kyrie finds the double kill on top of the turret. 6K gold lead now for the yellow Porcupines.
Kyrie, oh man, 403 already. What are his items?
Well, he has a Melfic. No, he actually went for the War Axe. That's interesting. Blade of Heptases into War Axe. So he's still respecting TLID despite going for Lethal Ignition. I thought he was just going to go full damn Fabian. Ooh, risky play there, walking up to open up the map. Yeah, this is the Badang problem, right? TLID, they had the Badang and the Kalea. Going for Kalea Cho, it is an answer, but it's not the best answer. The best answer is the Badang. That's why it really all came down to who got Badang. And ONIC were like, all right, we'll take it out, fine.
The thing is, Kyrie has the Dreadnought armor in his kit as well. That's why he technically is beefy.
Hard to take down, even with the picks coming through from TLID. That's a free Lord for ONIC in the 9th minute of the game. And despite Kyo be on the Moskov, because of how far behind they are, wait a second.
And engaged, terrified though. Now Witty looking for an opening. Keyboard survives, but on will fall. Kyrie jumps in, not too aggressive just yet as they will wait for the Lord. Arando was the only casualty from that fight.
They were looking for a Hail Mary play. They were looking for a risky gamble, but unfortunately it didn't pay off. Luckily, the death timers aren't too bad, so he should still be up when this Lord starts pushing in. But how? 10 minutes in, they need to buy some time for Kyo at this point. What's his item? He only has 2 items right now. Golden Staff and the Corrosion Scythe. Is it too late?
I think so. I think it's a bit too late. I don't see a way TLID can actually come back from this because their composition, we already mentioned this very early, is to actually win out the early game. At least go even in the early game was the worst that could happen, but they have fallen past 9,000 gold lead now for ONIC. They don't really have the best of defenses because Kyo is just so under-leveled, and ONIC have so much range with Savero on this Granger, and not to, again, notes down that Keyboy can engage, Fanny can just wreak havoc.
This time around, the Lord will be taken down no problem with the passive of that turret. And ONIC, they're taking it slow. Sans though, with the Tsunami Slam, will look to swirl around. Greedy will not be able to sustain the damage. Sans finds a kill. Good Terrify as Keyboy goes down as well. Now, with both roamers eliminated, it seems like ONIC, they will want the turret! Again, Ryota finds a kill. Looks for the turret, though. It's a 2-4-2-4 now. Savero will have space. Turret still stands for TLID.
Good defense, right?
Yep.
For TLID, they were able to trade for 2. Buy some more time for them to stay in the game. No one inhibitor turrets taken down, just the shield. And this was a 9,000 gold difference.
Solid defense from TLID. They were able to clear it out and mainly punish the mistake of ONIC. Trying to go for the Tsunami Slam there. That's something we were talking about for the Valentina. Maybe they go Valentina to steal Tsunami Slam, and that's what we saw earlier. But unfortunately, they don't actually have an insta-kill button, right? No carry of the sorts like we saw in the previous game for TLID. So when they got the Tsunami Slam, it was actually pretty okay for TLID because then they could use that window to go in, punish them for walking up, and that's how they were able to get the kill back, the trade. And then you gotta remember, equal trades is better for the losing team.
Kills on the Trinity now. So they bought enough time for that Trinity to hit. And this is kind of the grounds of which we were talking about Kyo.
Yeah.
So far, we've been saying that he's a very safe player. He doesn't make too many risks. And this time around, now his team really needs it. Will he be able to step up to that level? Will he be able to step into that shoe? So far, nothing too fancy just yet. They don't want to go for the contest. Makes sense. Too much of a risk with how much of a gold difference there is. So the next push will be telling. I think more so for Kyo than everyone else.
Yeah, but when you have to put all your everything on one member, you're gonna have to have like really good peel, and that they technically do have. They have really good peel. But then ONIC can just split. They have Fanny already up top, the Granger together with the rest of the team. I think Ryota should be the one sent down below later during the siege. Now it's Granger just to clear it out, but Ryota, yeah, will be the one holding the bottom lane. 3-way push. They're going to try to split TLID and then pick them off one by one.
Will this be the final push? Tsunami Slam towards Witty. He will not survive. That's the first kill. Again, 5v4 with the Lord now entering the base. Can TLID withstand that CC? Locking 2 members down as the turret will be their main priority. Now Lord relatively healthy. TLID, they will focus on that. ONIC will not forge on towards anything more, but that's 2 turrets gone.
Yeah, 2 of the side turrets as well, so even if they don't lose it here, gives ONIC a huge, huge advantage.
Oh, that's a flicker! This cracks Savero finds the kill as well as Kyrie! That's gonna be 1 by 1. The members of TLID, they will desperately try to defend as Witty will not be able to find the defense. Ladies and gentlemen, we will have game 3.
Game number 3.